Welcome. We're glad to have you with us this morning. Welcome to Joy in January. This is a program of the Rolling Hills Library in St. Joseph, Missouri. And we're really pleased to have the Center for Joy here locally, as well as the Yoga Room. Diane Waddell and Emily Feit and Natalie Ward will be joining us here. So Diane, let me just go ahead and see if I can figure out how to spotlight your video. And we will start with you. I'll let you folks do the introductions because you will be the best ones to do that. So thank you very much, Diane, for joining us from the Center for Joy.
Well, thank you, Anali, and thank you to Rolling Hills for hosting us today. We're very pleased to be here today with you in spirit and in the our wider presence. Welcome Benita and Jackie and Jane and Janet and Judy and Monica and certainly Emily and one more person here, whoever is able to be with us today. We are grateful. So the Center for Joy is an LLC, which Natalie and Emily and I own and manage, and we are so glad to be able to be in that space. And it is a building, but it is also a sacred space. It was built in 1904 and started out as a Presbyterian church. Then it was purchased by a Jewish congregation. And for many years, it was filled with that congregation. And then another one changed hands to an evangelistic church for a while. And then later with the Unity Church, which it was a Unity Church for over 30 years. And the manse was directly next door. So the Center for Joy is 1202 Felix. It's just cat a corner from First Methodist, Francis Street Methodist Church, and also right across from the Dome. So it does have some history, as well as being part of the Museum Hill neighborhood. And that's also very interesting as well. We're pretty pleased to be a part of that very historic neighborhood. The Center for Joy is a space where we offer as a venue, and we particularly want to offer this as a space for justice-seeking groups, for historic groups, for groups that enjoy being with each other in the sense of holding sacred space. So one of the main things that we appreciate about the Center for Joy is such a beautiful space for yoga. And Emily will be able to share some of that with you virtually. And you'll get a sense of what a marvelous job she does of breathing and centering us and grounding us in her yoga. So just an interesting word, the Yoga Room LLC is actually separate from the Joy Center LLC, but we're really all together in spirit. They're just different LLCs that came on at different times. And Joy stands for Justice, Outreach, and Yoga. When we first purchased the building, not quite 2 years ago, it had a different name. And we needed to come up with an official name with the state for our LLC. And I was sitting thinking, gee, it would be nice to have an acronym. And all of a sudden, Joy came to me as Justice, Outreach, and Yoga. So there we are. And so we have a statement. That center is a space which honors compassion, passion, justice seeking, earth caring, advocacy, activism, spiritual growth and enlightenment, wisdom seeking, and sacred place. And we are very grateful for our predecessors, certainly our ancestors, but particularly in this case, the persons who came before us from the Native American tradition, our indigenous foremothers and forefathers. And those, Jackie Lynn has helped me to gather those names. The Missouri, the Iowa, Sac and Fox, Kickapoo, and Potawatomi. So they were in that sacred space, holding that sacred land before we were, and we still are so grateful and for their overriding, abiding presence in that. So you are welcome to be a part of us as Joy, and we ask that you can seek joy every day. That's the little motto that's outside the building. We do have a couple websites. One is the Center for Joy. I don't mean to say websites. Emily has a website with her yoga, but the Joy Center has a Facebook page. It's the Joy Center, and we announce types of activities. Now, I will say that nothing has really happened other than one wedding since we've had COVID. So we're all virtual. And so, but the Center for Joy has what we call Candles for Caring, which is a candlelight vigil that we do on the second Monday of every month at 7 o'clock. And you can see that on Facebook. So just look up Center for Joy. And Anali can help link that with you if you have any questions. But it's an hour-long vigil in which we hold in prayer things that need to be held in prayer, from individuals to the community to the global community. And then we have what we call EEJ, and EEJ is Ecumenical Eco-Justice. That group has been formed over several years now. We'll have our 5th anniversary in April. It is a group of persons largely in different churches in the community, but some who do not belong to a church. And we seek resilience, environmental resilience and sustainability for St. Joseph. And we look for ways that we can gather together to help each other seek improvement environmentally. And I don't even like to use the word environment, because environment means outside of us, and we are all the earth. We are all parts of the earth. We are all the environment. So it's so important that as we gather together, breathe and walk and maintain space on this beautiful earth, that we know how to take care of it, how to take care of her, and leave her in a better way than each day than we came upon it. It's hard right now because of difficulties with climate change and the way that we treat the earth, but all continuing to look forward and holding ourselves in sacred space as we move along and work together. Now, most of our time this morning will be with Emily, and that will be movement and breathing and grounding, and you'll feel so good after you finish with her wonderful yoga. But I'd like to share with you, and we could do this as we leave, but I'll hold it as we leave my speaking and move on to Emily. But it's a Navajo blessing, and I think it works well for this morning. Go forth in peace. Be still within yourself and know that the trail is beautiful. May the winds be gentle upon your face and your direction be straight and true as the flight of the eagle. Walk in beauty and harmony with God and all people. So we welcome you this morning. We welcome you to Joy every day. Please feel to look up our website. The Joy Center and Environmental Eco-Justice also has a website. And our meeting is the 3rd Thursday at 7 o'clock if you would like to join us for environmental education and advocacy. So now I'm so happy to share the screen and move along our morning with Emily Fight of the Yoga Room.
You so
All right, Emily, go
yes,
ahead.
thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this morning. What a pleasure to connect with you. So it's I'm so blessed to have mother like I do. It's been kind of a way of life as a upbringing, and she would always take special time, at, of course we would attend regular church, but there were also special events in the time of the changing of the seasons, around the solstice and the equinox. And it was those times that she would introduce me to more of a connection with environment of the earth, that I was able to connect more in my internal environment and connection with all that is around. And so when she started bringing this in, maybe around middle school, high school, it's kind of when I'm remembering it. And I finally felt this sense of awe, okay, now I'm feeling more connected, now I'm feeling a spiritual connection. Now I can understand a little more spiritual nourishment. And that was, then, once you kind of just open that window, there's, it's always open. So I always needed something, and I didn't start yoga until I was in college. I kind of did a lot of activities, growing up, but once it became, kind of competitive, that just wasn't my interest. So that wasn't me. So I really kind of took a step back always. So when a yoga class came along in college, I said, well, let's try this. And this is it, because it wasn't, competitive. It was more just like moving forward a little bit every day in mind and in body, and moving forward in, in mental relaxation, a mental connectedness. And, of course, just doing any exercise, just moving forward in progress with that, you can feel a benefit. And this one was for me. So we all know the benefits of taking a deep breath, and we are constantly breathing, but when we take that unconscious breath where we're just kind of maintaining through our day, to a conscious breath where we are breathing into our day and moving forward and throughout our day in connection with people, with eye connections, smiles, with intention, then it just takes us out of a little bit more of the little chaos that kind of bothers us. And we're able to bring ourselves over that a little bit. So the little nitpicky things are, not as important and don't really, bother us so much. And we can also explain yoga as almost an anti-inflammatory practice, with inflammation kind of being the root cause of all physical issues. Stress can also cause inflammation. And once we can decrease that stress through awareness of breath, awareness of how we hold our shoulders, of how we hold our forehead, of how we kind of hold our smile, it just helps us to feel more joy, to connect more with people, no matter what, other kind of relationship we have, going on. So yoga connected with me very deeply, and I present yoga in a way that I've been teaching yoga for probably close to 24 years now, and it is something that I keep very stable in my life, something that I just want to offer and always be there. So when it is ready and you want to join, it is there. So I've had a steady, continuous teaching practice for about 24 years, something like that. And as we said, we're all virtual right now. So the yoga room I'm offering up one class on Facebook a week, which we put into a YouTube channel. And Matt Todd is teaching, providing a meditation instruction every Wednesday night on Facebook, which then therefore will go to the YouTube channel if you're not on Facebook. So my yoga practice has a variety. I have a couple of chair yogas because not everyone has a space to get down on the floor. But also this is an opportunity just to take away a few stretches throughout your day when you're doing 5 Zooms that you can, you know, either turn off the camera a little bit and do some stretches or do in between your Zooms, or throughout your work day, throughout the rest of the day when you're sitting and watching television. Just bringing those few minutes of mindfulness, of posture, of getting the energy and the breath kind of aligned through your body so then you can, you know, not feel so tired and not feel so kind of strained in the eyes, because we're, you know, meeting virtually, so that does cause eye strain and neck strain and everything. So those were some of the things I wanted to bring forth in regards to the chair yoga today. So you can take a step back and do a little, you can watch, which is the beauty of the virtual Zoom, or you can take a step more, you know, go down to the floor for your downward dog, but we're gonna just use some modifications today. And with always, it should feel good. The most important thing is just looking within and bringing those slow, deep breaths. So when we breathe through our nose, it connects directly to your brain in a sense of relaxation. And so we're gonna start with breathing through our nose. I've taken several trips to India and everyone sits on the floor and everyone can always sit and squat on the floor. So it's like, wow, what strong and flexible back and hips they've got. But, you know, we sit in chairs. So, you know, it's hard to kind of sit on the edge of our chair and sit very tall. So if you have a little back strain when you're sitting tall on the floor or sitting on the edge of your chair, that's okay. We're gonna strengthen our back muscles. So first of all, I'm gonna sit on the edge of my chair. Let me scoot back a little bit. And alignment is one of the key, you know, core pieces of yoga. It's just finding alignment, trying to bring the ears back over the shoulders. So take your hand and almost just brush upwards on the back of your neck. And so when you think of finding your tall posture throughout the day, if you've been, you know, working around the house, on the computer, you know, we're all just gradually, all this energy is slouching forward. So, you know, over time, we're just going to kind of start slouching and rounding our spine. But I love this idea of just brushing upwards on the back of the neck and feel as though you're kind of picking up your skull from the backside. And take a deep breath here, in and out. And as you exhale, let the chin almost come down just a little bit. So just take a few breaths here as you kind of relax this other arm and concentrate on the back of your neck. And try to feel a lift of your spine through your, well, a lift of your body through the spine. Good. Now just try to keep that long neck, and we're going to take the arms up as you breathe in. And just breathe out nice and slow. The arms come down. And we're going to continue this a few times, just at your own pace. But the goal is that we're going to slowly elongate the inhalation and slowly elongate the exhalation. So as you take your arms up, we're going to lift up the side ribs and lift up the back of the neck. And try to maintain that lift of the spine as you relax your arms and tops of your shoulders down. Let your arms hang for just a minute. Good, feel that sense of release. So the inhalation can bring you concentration and energy. And a slow, controlled exhalation will just start to settle the chaos of any extra thoughts. So inhale, and let's try to count to 6 as we breathe in. And if your arms get tired, just leave them down for a session. And we're going to exhale for 6 or 8 counts.
Says you should do this in your chair between Zoom.
Oh. I know. My arms are also not able to get down. So we're going to inhale for 6. And I'm going to count this next time. And let's see if we can get to 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now just let your arms hang and rest for a minute. When we elongate the exhalation, that is when we are strengthening the diaphragm. Because when we need this muscle to breathe in, but to breathe out, it can just not take any effort.
Wow.
So exhale when we exhale very slowly, we're strengthening that muscle. So even when we're not conscious of our breath at those increments through our day, and when we're sleeping, our breathing is better. So just even concentrating on exhaling for 8 counts multiple times a day, even if you're not moving your body in any other way, that will strengthen your breathing and work on keeping your focus and concentration. So we're going to add some movements to help our bodies feel very good and open. So bring your fingertips to your shoulders, and we're going to go ahead and bring the elbows as close to touching as possible. Lift the elbows up and exhale back and down. So let's continue these large circles, opening up the shoulder blades. So yoga is also very good for just joy in the body, joy in the mind, and joy in the spirit. So I heard once, and I'll just never forget it, when you open up your armpits and breathe through your armpits and open them up to the sun, it just brings joy, because a lot of times when we're sad, we're slouching, our arms are hanging. So think of really opening up the armpits and shining through the body. So one more time, inhale up and slowly back and down. Good, let your arms hang, and let's take a centering breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now a little reach, lengthen the spine. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. Okay, so if we're sitting on the edge of our chair, let's add another body part here. See if it feels comfortable to cross your right leg over the left. Now, if it feels comfortable to cross over at the ankle, then go ahead and do that. If that's too much, cross at the knee. If that's too much for your hip, just cross so your ankle is in front of the other. So we're just kind of concentrating on one foot. So flex the foot and flex the toes. So we're starting to stay awake and open up through the entire body. So if your right leg is on top, lift your right arm. If your left leg is on top, lift your left arm. So reach the arm that's on the same side and pull the elbow back and down. And we're going to add a little twist. So take this front hand over to your knee and bring your back hand to your chair. And now think of when we lengthen the back of the neck. Lengthen the back of the neck, inhale. And now use the arms to twist around just a little bit. So with every inhalation, find length. And with every exhalation, just move into the twist a little tiny bit more. And start to feel your spine take a deep breath. Every inhalation brings length. And with every exhalation, I want your body just to take a sigh of relief. Relax the shoulders and relax the jaw. And now start to even turn your eyes around, all the way around into the twist. Open your eyes very wide. Turn your eyes around into the twist. This is really good for exercising the eyes a little bit, decreasing eye strain. So open your eyes wide, turn them around. Now breathe out, close your eyes, let your eyes rest, And slowly, with control, come out of the twist. Yeah, go ahead and release your leg down. And bring your hands to your knees. And we're just gonna lift the chest up by pulling the elbows back a little bit. Find a tiny back bend. And then as you exhale, go ahead and round the spine now and stretch between the shoulder blades, bring the chin down. Very slowly lift the chest. Pull the elbows back and feel all across the front of the heart and the shoulders opening. And slowly exhale. Let the arms kind of pull back, holding onto the knees. Good. Now inhale and sit tall. We're going to do the other side. Find the alignment of the spine. And we'll take the left leg just crossed over at the ankle, if possible, the knee, or cross the other ankle in front of the ankle. So if you have your foot up and you can, flex your foot, flex the toes. So we're staying awake. We're mindful of the whole body, how we're holding our body everywhere. Inhale, let's go ahead and take the other arm up and pull the elbow down and find somewhere along the chair. The front hand to the knee. And just stop and stay here. How do you feel here? Can you go a little farther, or do you want to stay here? So just constantly asking permission from your body, is this far enough, or can I go a little bit farther? So we're going to inhale, think of lifting the back of the neck like we do. And now exhale, use your arms and twist just a little bit more. In every inhalation, I want you to lift the back of the neck. With every exhalation, twist around just a little bit more. Start to let the eyes follow around in the twist and open your eyes as wide as you can and see as far as you can around. Now, if that feels funny, which it does even to me after practicing all this time, just do it for a breath. Close your eyes and consciously rest your gaze. And slowly, slowly, with control, breathe and walk your hands forward. Lean back and release the leg. Plant the feet. Bring the hands to the front of the knees, let the fingers grip the knees, and pull the elbows back so the chest can lift. Extending the spine, and slowly breathe out as you round the spine and try to open up between the shoulder blades, bringing chin to chest. Turn your eyeballs down. Good. Pull the elbows back, lift the chest, and lift the chin a little bit, stretching open, turn your eyes up. Exhale, slowly draw the navel in, push the air out of the lungs. Now go ahead and push all the air out, pull the belly in, push, push, push the air out, and inhale with a tall breath. Beautiful. Okay. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and come up to standing. And I'm going to readjust my chair. And we're going to do a few things here. We're going to bring our hands to the chair and walk our legs back. So it'll be important that your chair does not move. Tell you what, let's just stand first close to the chair. And we're just going to bring our hands to the chair, and then we'll see how low our hamstrings allow us to go today. So let's reach the arms up, breathe in, stretch a tiny back bend, even if it's just pretend we're getting benefit. And now I want you to exhale and bring your hands into the chair. Now, if you're still sitting, just start to fold over the legs. Just a forward bend. So if you're sitting in the chair, just soften in the belly and start to relax as far as it feels comfortable. If you're on the chair, then go ahead and just use the chair for support, but fold into a forward bend so you have support. And it's so nice and wonderful to have support, even if you can stretch farther, because it gives you a sense of calming and connection with your breath. So if you are in a position, maybe you can ever put the weight of your forehead into your hands. It rests your mind. So just let your head hang. If you're in a position, you can bring your head and rest it into your hands, or if you're flexible, you know, to the point where you can rest your head on your chair. And sometimes it's easier to reach by widening your feet a little bit. Don't overdo it. This is for relaxation, but you'll rest your mind more if your head can surrender into your hands or your chair. All right, so soften in the belly, everyone. And now to come up, we're gonna do so, and we don't want any back strain at all. No back strain at all. So we're gonna bend the knees deeply, and walk your hands slowly up your legs or up to your chair arms, all the way up to take your arms back up. And we always want to end with an open heart. So we're going to open up the chest, reach the arms up, always finding the length, and exhale slowly and controlled. Fantastic. So balance is one thing that's also easy to lose. So, you know, we all have challenge with balance. So I want you to place yourself so that you can hold on to something, hold on to your chair or the wall, but we're gonna stand on one foot or bring the weight over to one foot as much as you feel comfortable. So first of all, we're gonna lengthen up the back of the neck, find our posture, bring the shoulders back a little bit. And then we're going to stand on one foot while we hold on to our chair. Now this can come into a variety of ways. You can use your toes as a little kickstand if you want to have a little more support. You can come just below the knee. So I don't want you to press on the knee because we want to keep our joints strong and stable. So at this point, just bring the foot to the ankle or the calf. And I want you to think about kind of pressing the knee out just a little bit. So take your free arm up like the branch of a tree. And now concentrate on breathing through your nose. Breathing through your nose, in and out. Relax the jaw. Yes, very good. You can take both arms up if you choose. Very good. So we're going to come out with control. Breathe in and lengthen. And exhale, slowly release the arm. And slowly release the leg. Okay, shake legs out just a little bit. And we're going to do the other side. You can come around to the other side of the chair if you would like, or if you just want to stay on this side, that's okay. So find your balance on this side. So we're gaining strength in the foot, in the knee, and in the core, the deep core muscles when we're working on balance. So if you're waiting in line at the grocery store, hold onto your cart and start practicing on standing on one foot. And just little increment times through your day. No one's going to know what you're doing, and you're going to focus on your breathing. So go ahead and take one arm up. And if you want to, just intermittently check in with your balance and just move your hand away from the chair just for a breath, just for a tiny second. One or both arms up, whatever you would like. But we're increasing the circulation to our heart when we take our arms up. We're working on strengthening the arms. We're concentrating on the breath. Good. Feel your balance being challenged. Good. And breathe the hand down. And exhale, release arms and legs. Shake your legs out just a little bit. And always coming back to center through the breath, because this is the most important part of the practice, is press into the feet, lift the side ribs, Lift the back of the neck. Now stretch your hands as wide as you possibly can, putting lots of space between each finger. Inhale. And slowly controlled, relax the jaw. Relax the tops of the shoulders as the arms float down. Good. Okay, so let's go ahead and try a downward dog. That's similar, or a forward bend. So a downward dog, we're just going to be folding into our chair, but put a little bit more distance between our feet and the chair. So if your chair is movable at all, I want you to only do the forward bend. If your chair is nice and not going to move, then go ahead and step back. So your choice, but bring your hands to the chair. And we're going to walk our feet back, maybe 3 feet away from the chair. And then we'll use our hands on the chair. And it's okay to bend the knees. Gently have some support into the belly, but lower the chest down. Now take some deep breaths. We'll just stay here for 2 or 3 deep breaths. Relax your neck. The chair feels like it's tipping. Just readjust your grip on the chair. I'm going to move my hands to the front of the chair. Now try to press into the chair. Lengthen the arms, the spine. Okay, pull the belly in, lift up onto the hands, and walk your feet forward. All right, bend the knees, and slowly, slowly come up. Okay. One common practice in yoga is called a sun salutation. And it's a variety of movements put together with the breath. And it's really nice to be able to do this with the assistance of a chair, because it really opens it up for a variety of settings and throughout your day. So go ahead and come down to the front of your chair. And this will help the hips and the back. So find the alignment on the front of your chair. Roll your shoulders back. So take your time, and we're going to breathe the arms up. And try to pretend you're coming into a back bend. So you're lifting the elbows. And now we're going to come to a forward bend. So if you need to bring your feet forward just for support, we're going to fold over the legs. Let the belly soften and gently come in to the spine. Exhale a little bit more deeply as you stretch into the back. Now, bring one hand up to the leg and the other up to the leg. Inhale, sit tall. Now go ahead and lean back. Now this is going to simulate a lunge. I want you to bring one knee into your chest. So interlace your fingers in front of the leg. And go ahead and just pull the knee in. Go ahead and lean back into your chair now. And we're just bringing the knee into the chest. So this is great on the lower back and great for the hips. So this is simulating our lunge. Getting the same benefits. Take a deep breath. Lift the chest. Drop the shoulders back. Good. Slowly come up and release the leg. We're going to do the other side. Bring the other leg up. Take some deep breaths. Use your arms. Hugging the leg in. Lift the chest. Breathe into the hip and into the lower back. Beautiful. Inhale. Slowly and controlled exhale. We're going to inhale, take the arms up, and a little back bend. So I want you to pull I'm going to turn towards you so you can see, but I'm pulling the elbows back and down. And we're getting a great stretch across the chest. So lengthen the back of your neck so there's no strain in the back of your neck, but lift the chest tall and take a huge breath all across the front of the shoulders. Now push your arms up, inhale, and slowly exhale, arms to sides. So let's do this following our breath. So the same posture, but maybe just a little bit, not faster, but more mindful and flowing. Forward bend, exhale. Make sure there's no strain on the back. Relax the chin and weight of the head down. So think of your breathing into your back ribs. As you exhale, soften in the abdomen and let the weight of the upper body relax the shoulders and arms down. Bring your hands up to your legs. Slowly, slowly, slowly come up. Good. Exhale with the spine tall. Lean back. Bring the right knee into the chest and take 2 or 3 mindful breaths. Visualizing the breath circulating around the hip and the back. Exhale. Good. Breathe in, hug the knee in. Breathe out, slowly release this leg. Other side, inhale, bring in the other leg, lift the chest, but don't strain the neck. Keep the back of the neck long and head up just a little bit. Breathe in as deep as you can. Breathe out as slow as you can. Breathe in length. Hug the knee in, exhale. Good. Breathe to release. Inhale, take the arms up. Pull the elbows back and down, stretching across the front of the shoulders. And feel as though you're trying to squeeze the elbows to touch each other behind the back. Press the arms up. And as slowly as you can, let the arms float to your sides. Wonderful. Okay. That was fantastic. I'm going to move so I can face you here, and I'm going to scoot up just a little bit. So let's just do some simple shoulder rolls. Inhale forward, squeeze as close up to the ears as you can, and exhale back and down. And this is something we all need. Inhale forward and up, and exhale back and down. And the reason we go in this direction, it's okay to go the other direction, but we always want to end with an open heart, with good posture. Inhale forward and up, exhale squeezing back, exhale back and down. All right, so now I want you to sit tall but comfortable and tall. So if you want to use a little support on the back of the chair, that's okay. But we're going to be mindful of our shoulders and neck and just give them a little bit of a kind of a stretch massage here is what I like to call it. So first, turn so your left ear is reaching to the wall behind you. Your chin is working to be over the shoulder. And inhale, nose forward. And without stopping, exhale, right ear to the wall behind you. Think of keeping the shoulders gently back. Inhale, nose forward. And exhale without stopping, other side. Good, continue this. Inhale, nose forward without stopping. Exhale, other ear reaching to the wall behind you. Inhale, nose forward. And exhale, other side. So adding just a little bit of circulation to the feet. I know you can't see my feet, but pick up your feet and circle them around. Big ankle rotations now. Good. So bring your nose forward. and relax your feet. Go ahead and bring your hands together. We're going to interlace the fingers and turn the palms forward, pressing forward. Try to straighten at the elbows, turn the thumbs to stretch down, and slowly take the arms up. Stretching, opening the stretch at the base of the fingers since we've been typing and holding on to our books and our steering wheel, our phones. Slowly come forward, stretching out the hands and turn it back into kind of a prayer pose here. Very good. Okay. Make a tight fist. Take your arms straight and spread the fingers wide. Good. A tight fist and spread the fingers wide. Now this time, put your thumb inside the palm and your forefingers over the thumb, and trying to keep your elbows straight, big circles. So this is wonderful for the wrists. You can feel it. Deep breaths. The other way. Deep breaths, elbows straight. And go ahead and just mindfully place the hands down. And if you feel comfortable with your palms facing up, just think of this as your breath moving through your hands and a gesture of giving joy and receiving joy. So we're going to just take a moment to do some mindful relaxation. And when we add mindfulness through every chore, every effort that we put into our day, every piece of work, then it will bring more joy and appreciation to all the big things and all the little things. So mindfully place your feet grounded. Mindfully find a gentle lift of the back of the neck. Let the lower teeth drop away from the upper teeth and relax your tongue. We often will hold tension even in the tongue. So breathe in and let the breath just wash over your scalp. A huge breath just to wash and mindfully relax through the forehead and the scalp, the eyes, under the eyes, the cheeks. Again, relax the lower teeth away from the upper teeth. A breath for the neck and the shoulders to find alignment and relaxation. The upper arms, forearms, palms, and each finger. Inflate the lungs and fill the ribs wing out. And fill your chest, the abdomen, and the lower back. Breathe in, grounded into the hips, the legs, through the lower legs, and into the feet and each toe. Take a breath for your entire body, visualizing optimal health and balance through your organs and circulation through your veins. Take a breath to smooth any emotions and to settle any thoughts. And let us connect with each person here. Present together. And a mindful breath to move forward through our day with mindfulness and conscious breathing. So we'll bring our hands together. And one more gesture of connection. And namaste is a word that is often used as a greeting and connection, meaning the light within you and the light within me is the same light. We are one. So thank you. Namaste. So there'll be other videos like this offered on our classes. And so just tune in, keep an eye out for those. Leave any comments or requests. Anyone have any questions or experiences for either yoga or Center for Joy?
Give us a reminder, please. Again, I've been jotting it down, but just say once more the two groups that are meeting at the Center for Joy, and then again the weekly yoga and meditation sessions. Diane, remind us again of the vigils and the EEJ.
Thank you. So Center for Joy is a Facebook page. Currently what we have that we're offering on the second Monday at 7 p.m. is a candlelight vigil, caring for the world, basically. And our second offering is through EEJ, or Ecumenical Eco-Justice. This is looking at environmental challenges, education and advocacy for sustainability. We meet the third Thursday at 7 p.m. Facebook page EEJ. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Emily and Diane, it was wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And Emily, remind us again about when and where to find the yoga and meditation weekly sessions.
The Facebook page, the Yoga Room LLC, will have 2 weekly yoga classes, and I will put a link on the YouTube channel for that. And if anyone does not have Facebook and is looking for that YouTube channel, I'll make a point to put that on our website this week. I don't think it's even on there. And that Facebook, or excuse me, that web page is yogaroom.org.
Thank you so much, Diane and Emily. Personally, I can't tell you how wonderful that was to have that session of breathing and just focus and mindfulness to start the Saturday. Thank you all for joining us. We're really pleased always when folks join our program. So check out the Facebook pages for these two places, follow them up. And I wish you all a good Saturday and a lovely weekend. And tune in to our calendar online for other programs coming from Rolling Hills. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.